Hello, AI Chef viewers. Welcome back. And welcome back, Chef Kevin. Always good to see you.
Well, thank you, David, for welcoming me into the AI Chef's Kitchen.
Oh, our deluxe kitchen. I love this place. Ooh, it just smells so good in here. We got things baking in the ovens. Everything's cooking
Mmm.
along.
And look at all those cameras. Wow, we got so many cameras.
Very, very fancy. So are you ready for my tip today?
Yes, and I understand we're going into the Zoom AI companion cooktop, as it were.
Yes.
So,
We'll actually be using Zoom Whiteboard. It was occurring to me today that every time I jump into Zoom Whiteboards, I'm like, oh, this is a cool tool. There's a lot going on here, and for some reason, I never think to use it. When I have an idea, I'm like, I should make a Zoom doc. And I get triggered to make Zoom docs. I don't have a little trigger to make Zoom whiteboards, so I'm trying to get more familiar with it. But as I was playing with it, I came up with something that really I found very helpful. And to give the food analogy, because this is AI chefs, it's about plating options.
okay.
Sometimes you're going to make an egg dish. You're going to make some kind of omelet, but the way you plate it really makes a difference. It's not just a presentation. It's a whole experience about it. Is it going to be in one of those little fancy containers with a little egg on top where they break the little shell with the little magic spoon, or is it going to be a fancy omelet, or one of those I saw on YouTube, a folded over omelet that you cut it open and it pours out. So plating is a big part of the experience. So the
Well, yeah,
analogy.
no, it definitely is. And I have to admit that I do not use whiteboards in meetings. Um, and so I'm really looking forward to your tips, Chef.
And by the way, the AI right now, we were just recently briefed, and there's more stuff coming out for AI whiteboards. It's not at the, we're going to have better recipes because what's going to happen is you're going to be able to look at our whiteboard and say, AI companion, you know, give me a summary of what's going on with this. And we're not there yet. AI companion can't see what's on the whiteboard, but it can create the whiteboard for you. So it could be proactive that way. So let's
Right.
bring up our Zoom whiteboard here. And so I'm going to do a product launch campaign, but I don't know if I want to do what kind of product launch campaign. I don't know how what kind of planning tool I want to use for this. Do I want to use a flow chart, a mind map, a Kanban board? So you
Mm,
know what? I'm just going to try a few of them. Let's try it with a flow chart and see what it looks like. So generate a
okay.
flow chart for a product launch campaign.
This is good. I would have tried to draw it with that pen, and I can't draw, so it would have been terrible. The product would have failed for sure. So,
So we could see what we got here. And okay,
okay,
maybe this is something you want to work with, maybe not. But
yeah,
let's try something else. Let's say, actually that didn't work for me. I don't like the structure
it's
of it.
very sequential and very yeah.
Yeah, let's
So,
try it as a mind map. Mind map sounds. I always like the idea of mind maps. They sound cool. A mind.
like makes you a brainiac. There you go.
Ooh, this
Oh,
seems
this
something
is
that
better.
might be more of my style.
Looks like you get it done faster because there's more parallelism. So,
Maybe, yeah, maybe the fact that it's faster shows that this is the right a better way to do it. Okay, so it's another option. Let's try another one. Um I like Kanban boards.
okay, yeah,
Let's see if we can get a Kanban board for this. I don't even know how that would work, but let's see what we get.
yeah. The amazing thing is, AI companion. Like if you have no idea of the steps, like regardless of the flow chart or the mind map, I mean, it was giving you a great idea of all the areas that you need to kind of think about when you're planning this out, right? So,
That's funny is I haven't even been looking at the actual content of it, but the content itself is useful. Usually I look and I'm like, oh, those are things I need to do. I'm glad I made that plan. We've discussed that on previous tips. So I'm just looking at the
right.
format. But okay, so this might work. This is sort of a to-do list sort of a format. This is another way to do it.
Well, and I think what's great, David, is about this tip is AI companion is giving you some examples, and then you're going to pick the plating option that resonates with you and that you and your team, right? Because typically you're working on a project with a whole bunch of people, so you're saying, hey, I think that this is really going to help us get to where we want to go. And look how fast you were able to do that. There is no way in the world that without AI, even if you knew, that you could have created all those different plating options. So I think that this is a wonderful tip that you've highlighted in the AI Chef's Kitchen.
Thanks. And one final thought, we always talk about using AI to take the place of the assistant that we can't afford. I don't want to say to replace people, although that is happening, but I wish I had that personal assistant that I can't afford to have. And but this is even better than a personal assistant, because if I had a personal assistant, I said, I need to make a product launch plan. They would say, how do you want it? And I would have to give them one way. I couldn't say, give me 5 plating options. They'd say, I quit. I'm not working for you, David. You're crazy. Tell me if you want, the sticky notes, or if you want the mind map, or what you want. I'm not giving you 5 plating options. But with AI, you don't have to feel guilty. It doesn't hurt its feelings. You can ask for all the options.
That's an excellent point.
All right. And with that, thank you everyone for watching. Please like and subscribe. See you next week.